Welcome to the Doctors J&J podcast. We're so excited to be with you today. We've got some really special friends with us, Dr. Jenn Aulis and her husband, Ron Aulis, and we've got some fun things to share today.
Oh, man. Do we ever? This is exciting because you guys are our first guest.
First guest.
We feel pretty honored about that.
We're very honored.
A little bit of pressure.
No pressure.
No pressure. We are super chill in this podcast.
Absolutely.
And we just need to let all of our listeners know that Jenn and Ron are very special friends to us.
Yes.
And the way we met is very cool because Jenn and I were in a leadership doctorate program, and wouldn't you know it, Jenn ended up in my same cohort.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And the first time we ever met in person was in the lobby of a hotel in Cape Town, South Africa.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
You guys remember that?
Absolutely. We had to fly around the world
Just to meet
each other.
It's so true. It's so true.
And we bonded over ice cream.
We did.
Oh,
And of course,
Not just any ice cream.
Good ice cream.
Good.
Cape Town ice cream.
Cape
yes.
Cape Town ice cream, and it was just fast friends.
It was. And may I add, well, you guys were studying. Ron and I were shopping in Cape Town, having a wonderful time.
Finding ice cream.
That's true. Finding ice cream. And I think I was in the third year of the program.
Second year.
A second year, right?
Yeah.
So you guys it was a little bit more intense, but it was a little bit more carefree for me. So Ron and I were having a wonderful time while you guys were studying.
Yeah. And we just clicked. We were just at a similar station in life.
Yeah.
And
Fast friends.
we just had similar values, similar, just, gosh.
Yeah, our kids are the same age.
Kids,
Right.
Similar
same age,
experiences.
boy and a girl.
Empty nesters.
Yes.
everything aligned.
Everything
Everything
aligned.
felt
Yeah.
easy and natural. And
Yes.
we laughed. Remember that picture of the four of us that was spontaneously taken by the program?
Yes.
Yeah.
I feel like we should figure out a way to show that.
That's a great idea.
Yes.
That's a great
We
idea.
might have to find that and put
Create
that
some
on the
sort of-
notes.
I think that actually went in some of the publications
It did.
for
It did,
advertising, wasn't it? Yeah, for the program. But it was so authentic, wasn't it? The four of us just having so much fun, so much life, and it was just it's such an embodiment of our relationship. That picture, you're right, is something that I think of so many times. Like we were just all ready for an adventure, ready for new connections, relationships.
Think of the thousands of people they recruited because of us.
We should
I mean,
kickback.
We should be getting
Really?
it back. Absolutely.
Right.
We made the program look fun.
Royalties.
That's true.
We made it look fun because we are nothing but fun. And the unique part too is even though we were in our we were in our doctoral studies for leadership, it just so happened that Jenn also had her MSW.
Yes.
Yes,
so
true that.
It
And
Yes.
you guys were
very
the three
unique.
social workers in the program.
Yes, that's right. That's
we
right.
were.
Yeah, a little unique.
And then me.
And then there's Ron.
Ron.
Which Ron,
Third wheel.
tell us about yourself. What do you
Yes.
do? Because you are
Oh.
very accomplished.
Well, I'm retired now.
This is true.
I was a game warden, worked for
Yeah.
32 years in a Midwestern state,
Mm-hmm.
and spent time in the field, retired in management, overseeing investigations and just all the many things that happen within the headquarters. But retired in 2021, so I was fully engaged in work and blowing a lot of vacation, following you guys around the world.
That is
You
true.
were. And that was the cool part of the program is that we could bring spouses. And so
Yes.
Ron got to join us for South Africa, for Hong Kong, for London. So
Yeah.
we were so used to traveling together, we just kept doing it.
We've
We
not
continued
stopped.
it.
And
Absolutely.
it's been
Yes.
how long now?
8 years?
8 years?
2019,
9 years?
right?
No, 2017.
2017, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, about 8 years.
it's been a long time.
It's been a
And
long time, yeah.
And I learned a lot along the way because I would have never sat in all those classes if
True.
it weren't for you guys.
This is true.
It gave me love being
I mean, yes, of course.
the added bonus of all of us being together and taking breaks
Absolutely.
together.
We still think you have the honorary doctorate because
I
you went to all the
appreciate
classes. Yes, Dr. Ron. So, yes, we have similar values. We all really love people. We found that out too. We love people, all different types, all different sorts. We love working with them, befriending them. We also found, though, that we all have a deep faith, too, right? And that really guides our life, our values, our morals. that really, and our integrity, different things like that, that was very aligned, which was really refreshing.
It's
and
helped
fun.
with our bond.
It's helped with our
Share
bond,
each other's
for sure.
church experiences.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
faith is huge.
Yeah, and I think it's created such a security too, right? That we all know this is the way we are choosing to live. So it creates a lot of safety for the four of us when we get together, because we know there's values and principles that guide us that's bigger than one person, right? Or a couple. So that's been an added layer. We were kind of talking about this before and preparing for the podcast, and we're thinking, yeah, how did this all gel so quickly? And you brought that up, Jean.
Yes. Well,
Yeah.
it worked. And for me, values are so important.
Yeah.
And I think we, as a couple, so we just had our 33rd anniversary
Congratulations.
last week,
Last
a little
Yeah.
over a
Yes,
week ago.
ours is around the
Yes.
corner.
And
Yes.
another thing
It's in common.
that's in common,
Yeah.
both in our 33rd year,
Yeah. 6
No.
months apart or
6
something.
yeah.
No, 4 months apart.
4 months.
Yeah.
4
Yeah.
months apart. But
Yeah.
just this idea of we've lived our lives in such a parallel way.
Yes. Yes.
We've been very career focused, but also
Yeah.
family focused.
Yes.
We value family. We value our faith. We
Yeah.
value fun.
Yes.
Lots of fun.
Lots of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we value service.
Yeah.
Like just our hearts for people and for
Yes.
community.
Right.
And that is something when I think about our relationship, how important it has been that our values have aligned. And then we found a couple
Yeah.
whose values aligned perfectly with ours.
Yeah.
So true. That's beautifully said.
So true. Yeah, we love adventure,
Oh,
traveling,
yeah. Adventure.
and now we both have 2 young grandkids,
Yeah.
which
Yes.
is
Yeah.
Sharing
super
that
fun.
experience. About
Yeah.
the same ages apart.
About the, yeah.
Almost,
A
yeah.
boy and a girl.
Yes.
I mean,
It just keeps,
Just
we're just
keeps
a little worried
going.
about what might be next.
This is true. We're like, okay, we've all been through a big whirlwind with weddings,
Yes.
babies,
More weddings.
doctoral programs, education, furthering our careers, right? So yeah, it's been a lot. We've
and we even got to officiate your daughter.
daughter.
That's true.
In Ohio.
In
That was
Ohio.
super
That's
fun.
true.
Our
Yeah.
daughter got married on our property.
Yes.
Very different than your experience here in Washington, but we lived
Yeah.
out
Oh, yeah.
out in very rural Ohio and
Yes.
hosted a wedding on our family homestead, basically. And
Yeah.
Yes.
Which is a great
Yeah.
transition to tell us
yes,
a little bit about your story
Yeah.
and kind of this major transition you guys have made.
Yes.
Big transition.
so yeah, we keep referencing that we were in Ohio and our daughter got married in Ohio. Ron retired. But we just transitioned from Ohio to Montana. Helena, Montana is where we live now. And it was just a long time coming, but it is just such an interesting web of transition because we were very career oriented. I'm a therapist, just like Jake and Jenn, Dr. Jake and Jenn, and also teach at a university. I taught at a university social work program in Ohio, and I took a job in a master's program in Montana. But for me, wanting to get the doctoral degree was so important. And when we empty nested, Ron and I had been talking so much about what's next,
Right,
next. Like
right.
we're empty nesting, and for us, the importance of maintaining our relationship and then just getting to re-engage with the world in a totally different way. We love our kids.
Yeah.
Raising kids was an amazing experience, but the
Yeah.
transition of moving on to the
Yeah.
next phase was super important. So one of those was getting into the doctoral program. We did that. Ron supported
My
that.
retirement.
His retirement. Then I took a job in Montana,
Right.
which I could work hybrid, remote. But then our heart was being pulled to fully move to Montana.
Yeah.
And so that was our biggest transition.
That's
True.
huge.
But that dream started on our honeymoon.
It
really.
started a long time
Even
ago.
before that.
Yeah.
So
In what way?
Jean had worked in Montana through
Oh, right.
college
Okay.
and had worked on a ranch with the family and,
Yes.
and had great experiences.
Yeah.
It's part of what drew me to her
Yeah.
when we
Yeah.
started dating.
Mm.
And then we honeymooned 33
Oh.
years ago last week.
Montana.
We were
In
in Montana.
Wow.
So, we always talked about wanting to move to Montana, and then life happens. And
Yes.
my job and the inability really to move from that. We had some other family things that were going on,
Yeah.
and kids, and we're like, well, we're in Ohio.
Yeah.
But when we had all this transition, we're empty nested. I retired. She finished her doctoral program.
Yeah.
We're ready. We're making the jump.
Yeah.
And we did it.
Yeah.
But it was terrifying.
I was going to say, you make it sound so easy,
Yeah.
but we were there.
It wasn't.
Front
It was
row
not.
seats. It was challenging at times, wasn't it?
Yes, it was very hard
Yeah.
because most of our family is still in
Yes.
Ohio, and so that idea of you've always been here.
Mm-hmm.
We had a house that we loved and a community, and so shutting that door and not really walking away, but I think some perceived it as walking away from.
Oh, good point. Yeah.
Was the hardest. I think it was harder for Ron than it was for me.
We
Yeah.
had church family, lots of friends, very embedded in the community, a lot of service. It was called upon a lot with concrete projects, home projects. We helped a lot of people. We had lots of connection there. So it was
Yes.
different.
It was different.
Making that move. Yeah.
Raised your children.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of memories there.
Yeah.
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 And we have connection in Montana,
You have connection.
but not
with that.
quite the same. And there's lots of
point.
distance in Montana.
Yeah.
Yes, good point. You just couldn't have it all, could you? You had to choose.
We had to choose.
Had to choose.
How did you make the choice?
Wow. I think we did it slowly. Like our
Okay.
transition was gradual.
Right.
So we started spending more time in Montana, leaving for extended periods of time, kept our home and our
Yes.
property in Ohio, and just kept talking, praying. I think I knew, but my job, I was already pulled to Montana. I was working. I had colleagues. My job was pulling me a little bit more to be in Montana. And I already had connection. I think for Ron, the separation for you, I kind of said to Ron, like, I think I'm ready, but this has to be, to make this big of a transition, it has to be a shared journey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if I chose this without, or I said I'm going to jump regardless of whether you want this or don't, I think it could have destroyed our marriage, or it for sure would have destroyed our trust.
Yeah.
Which I want to highlight that
Okay.
because
Me too.
how did you guys acquire the value to what we call have this two crown living, this two crown marriage, where you said, I'm not going to just make the decision for us, but you were like, no, we're going to make sure that this is something we do together. Like, what caused you both to have that?
Trust is built over 33 years of marriage, and at that point 27 years, whatever it would have been. But I traveled a great deal. I was in an executive type position and traveled a lot across the country, and so we had lots of trust with all that travel. And
Good point.
I commuted 70 miles one way
Yeah.
to an office all the time. So we had lots of time apart, lots of time to reflect, lots of time on the phone. So I think trust was built over time. And I acknowledge, I had a 32-year career with the state. We stayed in Ohio. And Jean, she took it for the team and did her jobs. And when I retired, I acknowledged that it's time for something different. It's my turn.
Yeah.
Where do you want to go? What do you want to do?
Yeah.
And she was just finishing her doctoral program.
Yeah.
We were coming out of COVID, which is a whole different wrinkle in
Wasn't
all
that?
this.
Yeah.
But and we're like, we're going to do this Montana thing, and the gradual piece really helped as well. And that, admittedly, for me,
Yeah. Good point.
you were ready to jump. For me, I needed that gradual
Yeah.
time. Still had the home. We still had my
Yeah.
tools.
Yeah.
I'm an outdoorsman. I have lots of connections with the ground
Yeah.
back east.
Good point.
And
Yeah.
but loved coming to Montana because I was always here for the fall.
Yeah.
I got to hunt. I got to fish.
Yeah.
We got to do a lot. The hiking here is phenomenal that we don't have
Yeah.
in the east.
You had so much connections with law enforcement too, Ron.
Sure.
You had several more opportunities to work with law enforcement that you kept weighing out, which would have been an advancement, created more opportunities, more money, right? And I know that was hard for you to really weigh that through, and of course you almost gave up the Montana job.
Yeah.
My dream job, funny story.
Yes.
My dream job came open, and I'd always told, as soon as I met Jake and Jen, as we get deep fast,
We did,
right? Like,
yeah.
what are your dreams? What
Yeah.
are your goals? And I
Yeah.
shared, thank goodness I did, but I shared with them my absolute dream job, certain place in Montana. I would do this in a heartbeat. And then, wouldn't you know it, this job gets posted.
Yeah.
They've started a new program. It was exactly what I had thought my dream was.
Yeah.
And I tell Jake and Jen about this one weekend when they're together, but I said, I'm not going to apply. And Jen said, what?
What are you going to do about
Kidding
that?
me?
Yeah, that was probably the first time you ever almost slapped her.
I did come pretty close.
I mean, you didn't, and of course you never would.
No,
but
of course not. But it was shocking to me because I was like, this is your dream, Jean. You know, why would you not do this? And it was, that was a good conversation.
It was a great conversation. And
Yeah.
side note, why having a dear friend who's authentic with you is so important.
That's very true.
Because you spoke truth to me
Yeah.
in a moment that I was fearful.
Yeah.
I was worried about Ron's reaction. Like, my career was going very well at that point.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm fine.
Yeah.
I'm fine. I'm with my family. Our daughter is here. This isn't the time. But you said, but this is your dream.
Yeah. Yeah. It is your
That was the
dream.
most pivotal moment. I give you all the credit. And Jake, right? We talked about this at length,
So
but the
true,
credit
yeah.
was, you can do this.
You can do it.
You can do this, or you can apply and decide where this goes.
Right. And if it's your dream, you know, that's the hard part. What about Ron? Well, Ron has a dream, but what you both have is you both have a respect and love for each other. So that supersedes any dream, right? So you're not going to push or bully each other. You have a faith that, okay, God's going to work some of this out too. But it took, I want to say, about 1.5 years, didn't it, or so? A couple years, maybe?
For sure.
Yeah. I'd
For
say
you
2.
both to, to
Yes.
really come together and get
Yes.
to where you're at now. You just sold your home in Ohio.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Literally just sold
Literally,
it,
yeah.
liquidated all of our
Yes.
belongings.
Yes.
Like, we are fully
Yeah.
full circle moment.
Yeah.
Done with that. But
Fully in Montana.
back to
Fully
the
Montana.
question Jake asked
Yes.
about 2 crowns.
Yes.
How
Yes,
did we develop that?
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, I think that's hard for every couple
Yeah.
because it has to be so intentional and
Right.
it's selfless while also being not selfish, but like I had to care for myself
Yeah.
as much as I care for him.
Yeah.
And this juxtaposition of I'm as important as he is.
Right. Right.
And yet I'm important.
Right.
But that's why I think click so much is because you guys model a peer marriage,
Yes.
a marriage of equality where the two of you treat each other that way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very
At
true.
least we try.
Yeah.
Well, obviously we're not perfect in that.
Yes.
I mean,
Flaws and all.
But we're able to talk about it when we're not.
Yes.
So
And we do.
When we overstep, we can have that conversation and respect
Right.
each other enough to listen
Yeah.
and try to do better.
Absolutely.
So, which there's a lot. I was fortunate to have a career as a game warden. I
Yeah.
was field based, worked my own hours, which were a lot, but I could vary my schedule. So I was able to respect her career. She was able to basically for a while, she did the daytime thing and I did the nighttime thing.
Yeah.
And
Wow.
so we were able to make that work. And we really, that was out of respect for each other to lift each other up in our careers
Yeah.
and help each other, which worked out great for me. That's
Yeah.
when all the best, if you're a game warden, you need to be working nights.
This
But,
is true. Yeah.
But that's,
you guys were a team.
we were
What
a
a
team
sacrifice.
and we made it
Yeah.
work and all those sacrifices and working together. And, just, there was lots of give and take, especially in those early years with the kids.
Well, lots of conversation, though, right? It doesn't just happen
Yeah. Very true.
easily or organically.
Yeah.
You've got to communicate. Like I said from the get-go, here's what I want. Do you want this? This is the kind of marriage that I need or want.
Yeah.
So that communication of we've got to figure this out because my
Yeah.
life matters, your life matters, your career, my career.
Yes.
Your dreams, my dreams.
Right.
So good, Jean. Well, we've often felt like sisters from
Yes.
another mother, have we
Yes.
not?
And people think that about
People
us all
still
the
think
time.
that we're sisters.
We're not related.
Jean influenced me to let some of my gray locks come through because it
Blend.
looks so beautiful. Blend, just blend, be more natural. Yeah, she was super influential in that. But it's true. I think when I listened to Jean talk about your relationship, you were so influential with the marriage and being able to be really intentional about what you wanted in a marriage. I did the same thing with Jake. Like, this is what I'm signing up for. This is what I want to be a part of. And if the man is a good-hearted man and they love you and they have that value for equity, man, they're on board. They just need to know, don't they? This is what you
And
want.
reminded.
And reminded. Quarantine. And maybe sometimes.
How do they say these?
I mean, you all know.
maybe one or two reminders.
Yeah. And maybe some little consequences to boundaries if they get crossed, right? Like holding your ground. Be strong. That's clear. And clear is kind, right? As we've learned from Brene Brown. So,
Yes,
yeah.
I agree. Yeah. Has there been other challenges in this process for the two of you making this new life in Montana that have maybe brought joys and struggles?
Grandchildren,
Oh, yeah.
because we're traveling now. We don't live
Yeah.
near either one of our children.
Yeah.
So, and we have other children, non-biological children with
Yes.
grandchildren. And
Yeah.
so we find our time divided. We spend a fair amount of time in a plane,
Yeah.
making sure that we're in grandma, grandpa, and nana, papa. That has probably been one of the bigger challenges. Now we're fortunate. One of them is only 6 hours away,
Yeah.
but the other two are in Ohio. So, making sure that we're being cognizant of being present.
Intentional.
And FaceTime is great, but it doesn't solve everything. We need to be present. So that is probably, to me, I see that as one of our bigger
Yeah.
challenges and things that we need to be thinking about. Keep that forethought
Yeah.
all the time.
No,
Because it's easy to be selfish. Montana's fun.
Montana is fun.
Montana's fun.
But you have that value for family.
It's the values that we
Right.
still stay
you
aligned
still
with.
have that. Yes, you love your kids. I know.
Yes.
Yeah, and your
we love our
grandkids.
family.
And our family and people that have become surrogate family
Yes.
too. You really have
Yeah.
brought in.
But we also value being true to ourselves
Yes.
and adventure and fun.
Yeah.
And I think it's been such a blessing because we have found, you're starting over with making friendships and
Yes.
finding other
Yeah.
couples.
Yes.
You're starting over with finding a home and a community and a church.
Yeah.
And so I think at first it feels very disorienting. When you're our age, it's very rare that you're kind of starting with a clean slate or
Yes.
starting over.
Right.
And so we hear from a lot of people, I don't know how I would do that at your age.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
And that courage to do that is huge.
it is huge.
That's what we're impressed with.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yes,
you
we
guys
are.
You guys are inspirational to a lot of couples. And I think this is the
Yeah.
exciting part of having you guys on the podcast is you get to inspire other couples in your life stage, whether they're empty nesters or not, to take the leap, take the risk, but also showing couples that you can do this together as a team.
Right.
Even though
Right.
you both had very different needs when it came to the move. And I love how the two of you took each other's needs in consideration.
Right.
Yes.
Me too.
Yeah, I remember saying to him, but also to you as we're processing this together, that I feel okay to sell the house and the property, but Ron wasn't ready for that yet. And I said, but I will never make him do this until he's ready. Like
love
I'm ready,
that.
and I clearly communicate, like I'm good, but I will
Yeah.
not make you do this
Yeah.
unless you want to and
Yeah.
you're ready. Because I know that if you weren't, it's breeding ground for resentment. It's not
is.
just my way, it's our way.
It's our way. We had a similar situation like that earlier on when I went to go start my practice. And Jake was fully on board with it. And then he kind of panicked. And he's like, wait a minute. I don't know if we have the time, energy, resources for this. Can we be successful? We're leaving our businesses and we're working for ourselves, which is terrifying. And I remember thinking the same thing. I was like, on a scale from 1 to 10, I am a 10. Like, this is something I need to do. But I said, I will not do this without your support because the same thing. I was like, it's more important for me to have his support. And I said, can you confidently say no to this? And he's like, no, I cannot. So I remember saying to him, well, what do you need to make a decision? Do you remember what you said?
Well, I said I need to pray about it, and I needed to consult some friends.
You need he
wise
said,
counsel.
I needed wise counsel.
Yeah.
3 days and to talk to 3 friends. And I said,
love
Very methodical.
Very methodical.
where I usually need 3 minutes.
I know. That's
you
where
say-
Ron and I are so
and you're
similar.
like, I'm good. Let's do it.
Let's go.
I need a little time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And Ron is similar in that too.
Yes.
And I so admired Eugene just waiting for that and giving him time and space. And I'm thinking, he's never going to come around. And I don't blame him if he doesn't, because he's a super big in his trapping.
Yes.
So he needed tons of acreage, and he needed little critters on there,
Yes.
right? And he had his huge shed. I saw where he did all the skinning, and I'm not even going to talk about it because it sounds so stupid.
But it's symbolic.
It's a lot to unpack.
It's a lot to unpack, but I could see, like,
Yeah.
he's giving up a lot, just his
Yes.
hobbies,
Yeah.
much less his influence, his career, which is very significant.
Friendships,
Right?
relationships.
And, friendships.
Equipment.
Oh, tools,
Skidders. I've never learned more
skid
about.
loader.
Tractors.
Yes.
Yeah, everything.
Yeah.
The
Starting from zero.
important things.
Yeah.
And
But I
things
get to buy new.
Yeah, but or things and lots of
hint,
things I
hint.
didn't even know we had.
That's true.
As we're selling our things. Wow, where did that come from?
The auction.
How did you
brought
hide
auction.
that? How did you hide
Where was that?
that? Nothing was hidden.
And to be fair, whose things made the most money in the auction?
To be fair, Ron.
Ron's.
Who had the most things to sell?
He did.
Ron.
Who gave up the most?
Tools are
Ron. No.
important.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, tools are important.
Tools.
Yes.
Trapping equipment.
Yes.
Important.
That's tools.
Tools.
Those are tools.
Absolutely.
Those are tools of the
Tools of the
trade.
trade.
Tools of the trade. Right.
There we go.
So I would definitely say that had to be a huge hurdle to navigate that and give that up and figure out how you both were going to come together on the same point.
Yeah.
But it took a couple years.
It did.
And it took you commuting from Ohio
Back and forth.
back and forth to Montana, kind of taking your time,
Yeah, weeks
You-
at a time, back and forth.
weeks at a time. You negotiated kind of a remote position for a bit.
Yes.
Housing, they were wonderful to work with
They
you
were
on that.
wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That helped too. I love it. Don't you, when corporations or businesses accommodate family needs so that you can make these choices as women?
100%. And
That's
that is
rare.
a whole full podcast in and of
Isn't that the
itself.
truth, Jean? Well
But you
said.
will keep your employees if
Yes.
you have a flexibility to equally allow family life and work
Yes.
balance. I will
So
work
good.
10 times harder
Isn't that the
for a
truth?
company that respects my time and
So
my ability to
true.
do that.
So true. And can flex with you according to your
Yes.
needs.
Yep.
So thankful, and that's not always been the case for
Correct.
women leaders. You're right. A whole
Yeah.
nother podcast in itself, right? We're the ones who have had to flex or work two jobs or overwork. Husbands have had to pick up the slack too, so we could go do some of this. But for a university to make room for this also helped this hurdle of you guys being able to transition.
Transition.
Yeah.
Yep.
I love it. I love it.
What else has been valuable to the two of you in taking this leap of faith?
Mm.
Time. To me, one thing's time. I admittedly, I took on a second career in Montana, which I'm coming up on a second retirement.
Lucky you.
Yay! And
that-
no one's upset about that.
And then
No.
admittedly, I was ready for the full transition and the sell quite some time ago. But because of the job and no vacation,
This is true.
something you don't think about.
This
when
is
you've
true.
When you were retired, you were in a career a long time, you had all the leave in the world, and then you go to a job with no leave.
Yeah, good point.
That was difficult for
That was
both
hard.
of us.
Yeah.
Hence the second retirement. But,
Yes.
you know,
Well, and
those
our
are the
value
ones.
is to
Yeah,
play.
good point.
We love to play.
Yes.
Yeah, and we
We were
love to
missing
play
that.
with friends. Yes.
Your job was
Limited
cramping our
time.
stuff.
Yes.
And so because
job.
that was one of our values for moving to Montana,
Yeah.
we needed to figure out how to get back to that. If we're going to be here,
Yeah.
we need to be able to camp, hike, fish, be outdoors.
Right.
And we
Right.
couldn't. So,
Right.
but we started our marriage this way, moving to a new community where we didn't know anyone. And as I reflect on the first year of marriage, how strong it makes you as a couple when you have to rely on each other again.
Yeah.
Now, 30 years into your marriage, you get very comfortable with, you've got friends, you're each doing your own thing. But when you again start over, new community, far from home, you don't have the built-in friendships, you don't have the easy event to go to. You're back to, it's just you and I.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
boy, this is such a shared experience of, what do we want to get involved in? What groups? What church? What friends are we interested in trying to connect
Yes.
with?
Yes.
Becomes a new choice, a very intentional way of living.
So true. This is considered, we would know this, the three therapists here, is that this stage of marriage is considered the hardest stage of marriage, right? A lot of times we're finding a lot of these relationships dissolving because the purpose that brought them together was kids and family has dissolved. The kids have left and moved away. So the couple is having to redefine who they are. And that's not an easy task. It definitely can be fun, but it can be really scary and hard. And you have to give up. And more importantly, you really have to trust your partner. Like,
Yes.
does my partner want the best for me? Or is my partner trying to control me? Is he wearing a crown? Am I wearing a crown? You know, and he can't decide what's best for me.
Yeah.
I can't decide what's best for him, but nor can we push or bully each other
Yes.
to do that.
Yeah, you got to be willing to negotiate and what we call making purple.
Yeah.
And I think you guys have been such a good model of making purple
Right.
in this transition, which has
Sure.
been super inspiring.
Very inspiring.
The university's color is purple.
It is.
It's purple.
It is. It's purple.
Carroll College. Shout out.
Hey.
Shout out, Carroll.
Shout out to Carol.
That's right. Good place for women to work too.
Yeah.
Tell us the tools for success. What would you tell other couples that are in this stage of life?
Wow. Yeah. So I have so much to say about that.
Please
And
do.
you know what? It
I
has
have one.
Okay. Do you want to go first, or do you want to finish like the one at the end?
There you go.
Okay. That's the therapist in me.
That is
I'll
true.
start.
Yes.
I think it starts before all of your children graduate and leave home.
Oh, good point.
There is this intentionality or conversation that has to happen. But it's not too late, even if you haven't had that. But what are we going to do? Who are we going to be when we're not going to kids' activities all the time and our days aren't focused on just getting food on the table for the kids, getting them to their activities? One thing that we always told our kids, and we really tried to focus on, is we are important first and foremost, because our healthy marriage, our relationship is going to just make family better.
Yes.
Our
Oh, that's
kids need
beautiful.
to see this. We need to model this for them.
Yeah.
And so we started out with a deep friendship before we got married and fell in love. And so it was like, we've got to keep nurturing that.
Yeah.
You can't let that go. And so as soon as you know it's happening, it's how do we look at it instead of sadness of like this part of my life is ending as a loss. I always was like, we need to look at this as opportunity.
Yes.
Ooh, I love
Opportunity.
that.
How much fun we get to have, how much new freedom we get because we sacrificed it all for our
Yes.
kids. And now it's like, it's our turn. I say
True.
that, and I don't think my kids will be surprised by me saying this. I've tried to model this to them.
Right.
It's our turn again.
Job
We
well
had
done.
our turn in the beginning,
Right.
and now it's our turn
We've been
again.
pretty
And
clear
I
about
don't
that.
think that's
Yeah.
selfish.
Nor do I. I think
Yeah.
that's beautiful.
And I think they both recognize how important that has been.
Yeah.
They see
Yeah.
that now, especially now that they're a little bit older. They're out of
Yes.
college and they're
They're
starting their own
married.
families.
Right.
And
yeah.
they see how important that is to maintain
And don't you
the
think
relationship.
it's a lot of pressure to put on your kids to say you're the reason
Yes.
we're together?
No.
Right?
Or,
You're the reason
or
we're in
you
love?
need to come back home to continue to meet my
Yes.
emotional needs.
Right, right. I'm not going to
That's
be
not what
okay
it's
without
about.
you.
Yep.
Yeah. This is partly really loving your kid well to be able to say, we'll release you. You owe us
That's how we
nothing.
launch them.
Go enjoy.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's beautiful. That is really good. Anything more to say, tools, Gene? I know we could
keep
do a whole
interrupting
podcast
you.
on
Oh
this.
no, gosh! I think communicating and continuing to say to each other what works for us. Really, what as a couple, here we are. We're moving forward. So we really hard launched our kids like this is, and we made it so exciting for them. This is what happens when you get your degree and you move on, and we want this for you, and you can go wherever you want. We'll come see you. Like this, you do not have to stay close. I think then that it was okay. What do we want to do? How do we want to keep reinventing? Because it really is. It's a whole new transition in life. Communicate.
There's healthy boundaries in there.
Good friends are so
Good friends.
important.
Yes.
We agree.
Yes.
I feel like oftentimes friendships while the kids are in school are based on activities and you're together with people. So what does that look like once your kids have graduated and you're on your own? What do those friendships look like? What do you like to do if it's not centered around basketball, football, baseball game?
Right.
So true.
Which
That's
is
good.
challenging for a lot of couples.
It's so challenging.
And
Yeah.
the church to me was important.
Yeah.
Because we transitioned, as you mentioned, we transitioned out of college to a community we were neither one of us were from, ours from our families. And we found a church. It was a small country church, and that was so important for us, those families. And those were our friends, and those ended up being the kids that played sports together and did all those things for the years. And as we've transitioned to Montana, here we are again. We've found another church and we've cultivated so many relationships, and folks that are in the same boat as we are.
Yes.
Because it's Montana.
Right.
No one, the kids they can still be in Montana, but they could be 10 hours away.
Right.
So we're, very similar situations with so many of the folks that we have met at our new church, and building these new friends and new relationships. I do think that church family has been really important for both of our transitions.
Yep.
I love that. I love how you guys talk about the importance of your friendship as a couple, but how you have valued those friendships along the way.
Yeah. I think too, for our listeners, obviously this sounds like, oh, this has been so great. We've come to this place, but we have all had some significant heartaches, have we not?
Yes.
Through some of these changes.
Yep.
That there's times I'm like going, I don't know how I'm going to handle this. And you guys have like, oh, we've handled this. You're going to get through this. You're going to be okay. And I'm like, okay, just keep telling me that. And I remember a couple times Ron exactly saying, you'll come out the other side. This will pass, and the same thing for you guys. Oh, you guys will figure this out. I think that encouragement for both of us being maybe in some similar walk of life and some similar experiences, that our things don't turn out the way you think they are with kids or family or jobs or whatever. And just to say, but you're going to be okay.
Yeah.
You're more than this.
Yes.
That was significant for us, I know.
And transition is ongoing. I feel like this is our transition now, and we're in the season. I keep saying this is such a fun season, and we're having such a good time. But I also acknowledge, and we've had to tell family and friends back in Ohio, right, who are hurting or grieving or missing us, and we miss them, but we don't know what the next season is. Right? Will we be in Montana forever? We don't know.
Yeah.
Will we be back in Ohio? Maybe.
Yes.
But I think staying in the present for this is our season in the moment.
Yes.
And we may have to transition again.
That's so true. Speaking of, this is a great transition. Oh, do you want to say something, Ron?
Well, I was going to say my one thing.
Oh, yeah, good point. I was wondering.
I am curious. You never added it.
Playful.
Oh, playful.
And
so good.
You've hit on it in a couple of the things that you said. Montana is playful for us.
Yes.
We started out, we met in college, and we camped, we fished, we hunted together. We did all these great things, and then family, work, it just gets in the way. Yeah. We still did those things. We try to give our kids those experiences for them to enjoy them as they've grown up, and they have. And now here we are getting to come back where we get to do those things again. Yeah. And Montana has been a great place for us to do those things. And I think that's so important. And we finding friends that we can play with.
Who also play as hard or harder than we do.
We do play pretty hard.
A good pickleball game now and then.
This is true. I love it.
Playful with each other, playful with the folks that we've met. I think that's it. I do think that is, for me, has been an important part of our longevity.
Yes.
Is
Good
playfulness
point.
And enjoy each other's company.
Yeah.
And a huge...
And keeping that going.
Yes, and a huge point of connection for all of us.
Sense of humor, obviously, and not taking ourselves too seriously.
We do not take ourselves seriously.
Which is true. I think the couples who play together stay together, and I think that is so true.
Oh, absolutely.
And I think we see that getting lost a lot with couples who are struggling with the conflict, struggling with the not feeling connected, is because they stop playing together.
And the demands of life sometimes prevent that.
Right. They're busy parenting, they're busy working, caring for the home, all of that. It's like their marriage gets put on the shelf, and then they forgot what shelf they could put it on. And I think revisiting that and going, wait, and I can't tell you how many couples I talk to, and I go, what do you guys like to do together? And they're like, we don't know. Well, what did you used to do? Oh, we used to do this. We used to go to concerts. We used to. And so we forget that. And I think revisiting that, and now you're like, oh, what do you guys do together? Oh, we go hiking now, and we go this and that. And it's like, it's a new.
Never too old to do those things.
Never too old.
Right.
That's beautiful. Speaking of never being too old to do things, I know you guys have some fun goals ahead for you too. You still want to stay in the present. You really want to enjoy some things, but there's still some more stuff out on the horizon that you both are looking forward to. Can you talk about some of those things a little bit?
Go ahead.
No, you start.
It's Ron's turn first.
know.
Ron's
Goals,
turn. 2 crowns.
Yeah,
Two crowns, absolutely.
Yeah.
Wear 2 crowns.
I mean, for our Montana experience, I'm an outdoorsman.
Yeah, you
as
are.
we've picked up on.
Yes.
And I'd really like to have a private parcel that we can go
Yeah.
out and play on, and just a private place to camp and hunt, enjoy, take the family to, take the grandkids to, be able to do all those things. That is a goal for me, is to be able to
Have some
invest
property.
in some acreage there, out in the middle of nowhere, off the grid,
Yeah.
and that's something we really couldn't do in Ohio.
Yeah.
And it's an opportunity we'll have in Montana. And, what does that look for us as we move forward? And now that we've sold the home, we have means potentially to
Yeah.
do some of
Yep.
that.
What a fun goal.
Yeah.
And ironically, it exactly lines up with the desire to play.
To play.
Desire to
So
play.
true.
More space to play.
Yeah.
More space to play.
He
Oh,
has
that's-
fidelity to his
exactly.
beginning, middle, and end, doesn't he?
He
I'm
does.
pretty simple.
Does.
Pretty simple.
Hey.
I know, but what a fun.
Simple is
Take
good.
much.
That's a fun dream, and you're on board with that.
I'm on board with that because
Yeah.
it's his dream.
Yeah.
And I think, I mean, I've always loved the outdoors, right? But
And
part
the-
of this transition and this leaning into this peer relationship has been he's so excited about his dream.
Yeah.
And how do I get excited? I am
Yeah.
excited. He lights up. He's the happiest when he's out recreating.
Right.
And so it absolutely becomes my dream as well.
Yeah. But you do a beautiful job of not sacrificing that because you have to be in town because
Yep.
the university's in town.
Yes.
Ron is well aware of that, so he doesn't have the acreage. So this is fun. You guys have this kind of this vision to have a couple acres outside of town, build a little cabin on it,
Yes.
get to kind of have your weekend, adventures there, then come back into town. So this is something, again, clearly you both love each other so much. That's bigger than your personal dream for
Yes.
yourself, isn't it?
It is
Yeah,
because I
yeah.
think if he were to make a decision on his own,
Yeah.
he would move out off the grid and just stay.
He won't- it's like,
I don't need to be in town.
He doesn't.
Come to town every once in a while if I needed groceries.
I
It's
like
true.
my
It's
shower.
I find my own food.
It's
Yeah,
you
Pretty good at getting my own food.
yeah.
forge and hunt and get it all.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I like my bathroom.
Until he eats the wrong
and-
mushroom.
Yeah. Hot showers.
Avoid the mushrooms.
Avoid the mushrooms.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I feel like because he has learned, I love that we're so close to town and we walk everywhere, and
Yes.
we've lived remote in Ohio, and so it's so fun
Yes.
for me to be close, and he
And I do enjoy that.
he has
Yes.
enjoyed it, right? He
I
didn't
am a
expect.
foodie. We're close to lots
He is a
of good
foodie.
food.
That's true. We know that about Rod for
He
sure.
didn't expect to love, I think, my dream about
Yeah.
being close
We've
as much.
never lived in a big town.
Yeah.
This is,
And it's not really a big town, but it's a
state
town.
capital.
It is.
Big for Ron.
It is the capital of
It is the
Oregon, or
capital.
Montana, I mean.
Yeah.
But he's actually, yes, okay, I'll give this a try. And oh yes, I do like it. I do like that ability to
Yeah.
walk everywhere and be close to the action. And so we're finding our gentle compromise.
I like that. And you're taking each other's influence.
Yes.
Right? If you didn't take her
That's
influence or
huge.
you didn't take his influence, there's so much you would have missed out on.
Oh,
Right? But even finding your space in his, we'll call the blue kingdom, and you
Yes.
finding your space in her pink kingdom has enriched your individual lives as well as your life as a couple too, which is exciting.
My
Almost
life-
like they're making royal purple.
Almost.
Almost.
And aren't you glad you took my influence and started the business?
Oh my gosh. I can't even.
he talks about it all the time.
You guys wear like a purple halo, let's be honest.
Oh gosh.
Hello. It didn't
No,
come naturally. That took
How
some
much time do you have to talk about all the things I'm
negotiating.
grateful for taking her influence?
Hey, I'd say the same. Right back at you, for
You should
sure.
journal about that.
You should journal in your gratitude journal.
Maybe
Yeah.
a good book.
But I think that you have to be open to the possibility
Yes.
of
true.
taking the influence of your partner.
right.
When you cannot
always
see,
easy.
you cannot see the benefit.
Right. Right.
But you're like, oh wow, I'm so glad I did.
right. Yeah.
I'm so glad he in lots of ways have pushed me out of my comfort zone to do
True.
things I would have never done. And I'm
Right.
kind of like, oh, are you kidding me?
Right.
And then I'm like, that was the best thing ever.
Yeah. Good partners, good friends.
Yeah.
They can see sometimes things that you can't see to say, I think you'll really enjoy this. This is what you've told me about yourselves, and I think you'd enjoy this. And same thing with your partner, too, right?
Which goes back to how you started, Ron, about trust.
yeah.
You guys
Yeah,
had
trust each other.
a level of trust that you've nurtured for 33 years that is such a foundation. So one of the ways we like to end, we could talk to you guys for days, which we usually do talk to you guys for days.
This is a normal conversation.
We're letting all of them in on our normal conversation.
Dynamic here.
So you're welcome for that.
Exactly. The unedited.
But we like to end all of our podcasts with a crown jewel, pun intended.
Yes.
So what would you give as a crown jewel for our listeners in this season of your life?
Yeah.
My crown jewel would be to those things that are stirring like dreams within, but you're so fearful of, to push through the fear and like have the courage to do it. Because if you don't, what are you missing out on? And if we hadn't made this huge transition, and it's hard, and there were lots of pain points.
Yeah, there was.
There were a lot. We sound really, we
Yeah.
didn't touch on that, but there were a lot of pain points. Trust me.
I know.
But it feels so good, and it's been like, wow. I couldn't have imagined how great it could be.
Yeah.
And if I hadn't done that, I would have missed out on all of this.
Yeah.
So be open.
Be open to the possibilities of what can be revealed.
Yeah, absolutely. I think I have two of them. Communication, which we've touched on.
Yes.
Communication, we have to be able to talk. We have to be able to share.
Yeah.
I like this. I want this. This scares me. This.
Yeah.
I think we need to do this. Like that has been really important for us. Do we
Yeah.
drive or fly back and forth for all these trips?
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Communicating what we like and dislike.
Yeah. Right.
But that's a big thing. You'll notice a theme. Play. Gotta play.
That's what I love about you, Ron.
Playful with each other.
Playful with each other.
Whether that's in public or behind closed doors or wherever it happens to be.
Yeah.
That is, to me, that has been really important for us. And your willingness to put up with my play.
That's
Always.
So good.
Yes.
Always.
Yes.
That's beautiful. That just reminds me of so many playful times that we've had with them. And one in particular when we were running all in Texas to a pool and we all did cannonballs jumping into the pool.
Well, it was like 127
It
degrees
was.
outside. So.
And people are like, who are you and how do you know each other?
Yeah, you guys must be related.
Who are all these 50-year-old people playing like teenagers?
Right.
Yeah.
But our commitment, all four of us, to like play hard, work hard, and love hard, right? Cry when you need to, express emotion. Don't carry it alone. There was many times, like you said, the pain points of depression, anxiety, uncertainty, right? That grieving, loss, because this is the time that you're creating something new, something old is also going as well. So
Yeah. And I think we gained far more with our relationship with the Ollises than we ever did with gaining 2 doctoral degrees.
I would agree.
I would definitely agree.
That was a financial commitment that was well worth it. Because look, how many years out are we in this friendship?
I know. The ROI on that is huge.
Well, and just the
Absolutely.
experiences that we have around the world.
Yes,
The
around the world.
awesome places that program
Yeah.
took all of us. Even though I went in
Yeah.
it, I got to partake
Got to
in
be
it.
part of it.
And we got to see and experience so many things, which is just nurtured our relationship
So true.
along the way. So
Right. Oh, I agree.
Oh,
Thank you.
thanks you guys for joining us.
Thank you for
being our first
asking.
guest.
That's very exciting.
This has been such a
glad we
pleasure.
could be.
Yeah.
Very good. Thank you so
Well,
much.
thank you for joining us.
Yes.
Yes. Would you like to close us out?
Yes,
honey?
thanks for listening to another episode of the Dr. J&J podcast. And if this touched you in any way, we'd encourage you to share it with somebody who may benefit, might be going through transition. And like us, comment, and join us next time.
Don't forget to play.
Bye-bye.
Keep playing.
Bye-bye.